The advantage of the Primark varieties is that you get 2 sets of fruit. So you kind of get some in the summer and then you end up getting some a little bit later on. So we'll have kind of almost continuous fruiting. We've got just a few that we've been picking lately, and we've been picking for over a month.
Dean Family Acres.
Hey guys, so we are trying to give y'all a little bit of a Thursday recap with how everything's going, and love to get some feedback from y'all about how everything's going at your place. I'll tell you one thing, we have to come out later in the afternoon to get a lot of this stuff done just because of the heat. It has been super hot. I know it's been that way for a lot of different folks. So we'll just kind of give y'all a recap of how things are going. I showed you before the muscadines, and kind of show you a couple other things here tonight. All right guys, so let's talk blackberries. Still having some Japanese beetle damage here. These are ponca, so they're looking pretty good. And then this second one is a Wichita or a Wichita, and honestly, I don't see any primocanes coming up. So I'm kind of concerned about how this one might not do. I did have a couple of roots come off of a few of these, but anyway, so we've got Primark all the way down the rest of the way. Speaking of which, look at this. I'm trying to enjoy my fruit. It's just crazy. All right, so you can see how our primocanes are fruiting on our Primark Freedom and Primark Traveler. The advantage of the Primark varieties is that you get 2 sets of fruit. So you kind of get some in the summer and then you end up getting some a little bit later on. So we'll have kind of almost continuous fruiting. We've got just a few that we've been picking lately, and we've been picking for over a month. So super excited about how these are doing, how they're growing, how they're putting on, that kind of thing. Also been trying my best to make sure that we're paying a little better attention in regards to our trellis and making sure that we're getting the vines up and in on that. For the most part, that's working pretty well. There are a couple situations where we've had some issues. I'll let you see these. So you can see we have made sure to get the vines in between, except this little guy kind of got out of control and grew up before I could get him there. So he is growing outside of the lines, but that's all right. Otherwise, everything else down through here is doing really, really well. This is perfectly normal to have this dieback. This is those floricanes dying back, and we will actually have a video kind of recapping that, but you'll see right in here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. That big right here that will die back completely, and we'll cut that off. As far as the rest of the garden, you can see this pumpkin has done pretty well, and we ended up with some different pumpkins that were kind of growing. So we've had quite a few of those. Of course, we got vine borers. That's just the way it ends up going for us. And then we've got way too much grass. Definitely did not think through when we were doing this. We were going to put beans in there, and we just did not do it. So you can see in regards to the landscape fabric where that is, there's very minimal grass and grow through. The only areas that we really have any weeds majorly are holes where we were going to have plants, like right there. and we ended up not putting anything there. So otherwise, definitely does a great job keeping weeds out. Also seem to be having a couple watermelons. They are doing well. We had one the other week after all the rain we got that split, but all the rest of these seem to be doing pretty well. Tomatoes, y'all saw the video. If y'all have seen any of our videos, or shorts specifically, we have been overrun with tomato hornworms. So tomato hornworms have really put a hit on our tomato production. And if it isn't that, it's those little brown worms that you get in corn. We've had those a lot too. Been trying to give them to the chickens. We also tried Florida weed for the first time this year. I can say I'm honestly not a fan. I know a lot of people do use it, but it just hasn't worked really well for us. So, but we're getting some tomatoes, but just not a whole lot like a lot of people are. And again, the weather just kind of really threw us off this year. You might ask, what in the world is this tangled mess right here all the way up? Those are Primark Freedoms that the deer nipped off about a foot above the ground, and hence all the laterals have grown out like crazy. So those are going to be a mess for this coming year. We'll see what we end up doing. I honestly have contemplated trying to just root each and every tip, as many as possible. Just put them in pots, and then I can just prune them off next year. I don't know what I'll do. In regards to for production, I know that they'll produce. It's just a matter of, will they all be laying on the ground for bugs and other stuff to get? So we're gonna have to figure that out. There are also some watermelons and cantaloupes growing within those because they didn't grow up like they should. So hey, at least we do have the landscape fabric down, so they're not rooting every single place that they touch. All right, guys, so running a little bit low on light out here, but just wanted to give y'all an update again on the corn. It's doing really well. Sweet potatoes are doing well. However, we need to get in here and weed before it gets where you can't get into it with those sweet potatoes. And we also moved some chicks in here, and we're hoping, I know I said last weekend, it's going to be this weekend before we get our meat birds, which are kind of about right there, before we get those processed. But I think we probably could have done them last week, but some of them, it's probably good that we did wait. They were a little bit on the small side. So looking forward to that, I think, and trying to give myself a refresher. What are you guys working on? How are you handling the heat? Y'all definitely be sure and comment down below. Let us know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell like. That's right, Mike Tyson did in the 1980s. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thanks so much for watching. All right, guys, there's gonna be a video coming up here and here. Thanks for watching, and hope you each have a wonderful and blessed day. Don't forget to be sure and leave a comment down below. Thanks so much, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day.